Facts of the case lie in a very, very narrow compass.
Yes.
My lord, before my
Lord,
seniors
what has-
start, my lord, I want to just inform this court, my lord. I want to say, my lord, that there was an interim order passed by this honorable court in 10 of the cases, my lord. Against that interim order, my lord, the state government has preferred the writ appeal.
Don't worry, Mr. Dubey. I'll place all the facts against me also with equal.
So now this matter has to be heard finally, my lord, on the basis of that
Don't worry.
their final, because the
I'll-
interim
I-
order
I
was a
will-
virtually final relief.
I will definitely tell your lordship the view of the division bench while dismissing my application, my lord. My lord, please see, the facts are very small. There were 6,000 vacancies of, my lord, constables which were to be filled in by the respondents, including the professional examination board. My lord, for that, they had to appear in a written exam. And all these petitioners before my lord had cleared the written exam. Now the only thing required by them was to pass the physical proficiency test, जिसको हिंदी में बोलते हैं शारीरिक सौष्ठवता का जो भी इनका था. For that physical proficiency test, my lord, the date of 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th of May 2022 were given to all these petitioners 9, 10, 11, 12. These are the 4 dates which were given to all the petitioners in this case. I'm arguing only at present item number 2. So, my lord, I was also given 9, 10, 11, 12.
Shailesh Kumar.
Shailesh Kumar. I have got an excellent service record. I've got an excellent service record. Very, very good marks in my BSc, MSc, everywhere. I passed the test also, which is at page number 19. Your lordship will see all the petitioners have got the same thing. Page number 19.
Yes.
इसमें देखेंगे I was qualified. This fact is not disputed in the return. It is not. These are the various mark sheets. I have excellent service record, MSc, biotechnology, Falana, Dimaka. That's all right. Now, my lord will kindly come to page number 24. The date of physical proficiency test given to me was 9/5/22.
Where is that? Yes.
9/5/22.
Yes.
So, my lord, my contention is that I went over there for 9/5/22. And there was a long list. You have to check the documents, you have to do this, you have to do that. Ultimately, after 5-6 hours, I was made to run. I was required to run 800 meters in a time limit of 2 minutes 45 seconds. I could have also completed that, Lord, had it been in 1985. But today I can't. So, 2 minutes 45 seconds, I had to run 800 meters. Lord, I ran in 2 minutes 51 seconds.
Okay.
So I was out of physical proficiency test. No grievance in respect of that. Grievance comes out of P10, my lord. P10. First, my lord, they realized the situation. P10. Arakshak, may I read with my lord's kind permission, page 31.
Yes.
आरक्षक जीडी एवं आरक्षक रेडियो भर्ती वर्ष 2020-21 के द्वितीय चरण की शारीरिक दक्षता परीक्षा की तिथियों में परिवर्तन के संबंध में सूचना. आरक्षक जीडी एवं आरक्षक रेडियो भर्ती वर्ष 2020-21 के द्वितीय चरण की शारीरिक दक्षता परीक्षा 9/5 से 5/6/22 तक आयोजित की जा रही है. उक्त संबंध में गर्मी की स्थिति को दृष्टिगत रखते हुए पुलिस मुख्यालय मध्य प्रदेश भोपाल से प्राप्त पत्र क्रमांक 12/5/22 के अनुसार 13/5 से 2/6/22 तक होने वाली पुलिस आरक्षक भर्ती की शारीरिक दक्षता परीक्षा स्थगित की गई. दिनांक 3/6/22 से 5/6/22 तक होने वाली परीक्षा यथावत रहेगी. दिनांक 13/6/5 से 2/6/22 तक प्रभावित अभ्यर्थियों की शारीरिक दक्षता परीक्षा नवीन दिनांक 6/6/2022 से प्रारंभ होगी, जिसकी सूचना पृथक से शीघ्र प्रसारित होगी. Why this happened, my lord? This decision was taken because of the death of 2 boys in the same. Lord, actually what happens when you conduct a selection test for physical proficiency test for constables, a very large number of participants come. It is not possible. I'm not blaming the respondents, but it is not possible for them to do everything with swiftness. You have to make weight. At that time, there is where I was given, Lord, this center. There, Lord, there was no shade, no nothing. I was required to report at Sagar, no shade, no nothing. I was made to wait for 5.5 hours. and Lord, consequently, my performance adversely suffered. Annexure P5, page number 25, is the temperature of that particular place which prevailed upon the respondents in postponing the remaining general proficiency test. These are the dates. जो 9 मई की डेट है वही डेट जो है 10 मई की थी. That your lordship can just turn over. And page number 26, आरक्षक भर्ती के फिजिकल टेस्ट के दौरान 2 अभ्यर्थियों की बिगड़ी तबीयत, 1 की मौत. This is page 26. I am not saying that you take cognizance of this moth or this not. You have to be rough and tough. You have to face the consequences. You face the challenge. जो हम आपको फिजिकल प्रोफिशिएंसी टेस्ट करवाएंगे, you have to undergo even at the risk of your life. But suppose they take a decision to postpone the remaining exam on the same temperature under identical circumstances, then those, Lord, candidates who have appeared on 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th with identical temperature all over the state of Madhya Pradesh. I am a witness to that, Lord. Everyone is a witness to that. And then your lordship will see another person died, page number 29. Page number 29. 24 घंटे में दूसरे युवक ने भी दम तोड़ा, एक और उम्मीदवार बीमार. So numerous boys. There are twin reasons. Firstly, high temperature. And secondly, Lord, they were required to wait for long period in the sun. अच्छा, क्यों बनाना है? You can't have such a long shade. They have to wait in the sun. Not for 1 hour, 2 hours, but for 5 hours, 6 hours. Now, because of all this, your lordship will again see the temperature, and we can compare the temperature on 12th May, which is at page number 60, page number 30, with the temperature on 10th May, which is at page number 27, and with the temperature on 9th May, which is at page number 25. So, in identical circumstances, everyone is made to wait, and everyone suffers degeneration of their energies. Or my time was definitely 2 minutes 45 seconds, say less, and I performed 2 minutes 51 seconds.
At what time this proficiency test was held?
Yes. They are very pertinent question, Lord. I have made this categorical averment in respect of that. Para 5.7.
Yes.
Para 5.7, beg your pardon. That the physical test was held on 9/5/2022. The petitioner was called at 6:30 a.m. in the morning. The petitioner reported an hour before this time. The petitioner was made to wait for a long time. There was no shade at that place. Candidates were required to stand in a queue for about 2 hours in the sun, waiting for verification of their documents. The candidates were made to run in groups of 10 boys. The batch number of the petitioner was number 13. The document verification was consuming a lot of time. The temperature was soaring. This physical test was being conducted in Indira Gandhi College, Baheria, Sagar. There was no shade near the place where the physical test was being done. A very small place where hardly 5 to 10 boys could sit was there of a shade, whereas all the remaining boys had to stand in the sun. The petitioner's batch number 13 was not called till 12 noon on 9/5/22. By the time all 10 participants of the batch of the petitioner, which otherwise appeared to be quite fit, had suffered the adverse effects of very high temperature. On the date of the test, the temperature in Sagar was 41 degrees centigrade, as is apparent from a printout of the information obtained from the internet, call letter of the petitioner. My respectful submission is, you remain unscrupulous, sorry. You have to face the consequences. But once you take a decision, and that is what, Lord, prevailed upon, Lord, the learned single judge. First, I will read the learned single judge. My learned friend will kindly permit me. Page number, that is order dated 35/2022, which has been set aside by the division bench on the ground.
Where is the single bench order?
Where is the
Single bench.
30/5/2022?
My lord, our
Order sheet itself. I'm reading the order sheet.
On that day, my lord, it is an order dated.
30/5. That was an interim order.
Interim order. Interim order. The petitioner participated in the process of selection for the post of general duty within bracket GD constable. The petitioner qualified in the first phase of the test, and thereafter he was required to undergo physical proficiency test, which was conducted on 9/5/22. However, he was disqualified on account of torrid heat of summer season and could not perform well. The petitioner submits that on account of the torrid weather, number of candidates could not perform to the best of their capabilities, and even a few of them lost their lives also during the process of physical proficiency test. Even while taking this score to Annexure P10, the petitioner submits that the Professional Examination Board, taking note of extreme weather itself, has now given a date of afresh to appear in the physical proficiency test to be commenced from 6/6/22. two other candidates on payment of process so and so. As an interim measure, it is directed that all the petitioner, that the respondent shall allow the petitioner to appear in the physical proficiency test, which is to be commenced from 6/6/22. However, participation of the petitioner shall not be so and so. Then they made an application for vacating the stay.
No, for modification. That modification of
For
order.
modification. That, my lord, order is dated 15/6/2022.
That application was rejected, my lord, on 15/6/2022.
ठीक, मैं कर दूंगा. Learned counsel, may I read that order? Learned counsel for respondent number 1 and 2 submits that this court has passed an order dated 30/5/22 in complete ignorance of GOP dated 30/7/12 and 6/1/21, which clearly provides that in running test of 800 meters, a candidate would be required to be qualified the same in 2 minutes 45 seconds, and for such running only one chance but opportunity would be given to the candidate. The counsel further submits that an aspirant who is taking induction in the police force is expected to be physically tough. The counsel submits that there is no provision of giving second chance to the person who does not qualify the physical proficiency test in first chance or attempt. The counsel, while placing reliance in the judgment of so-and-so, submits that the court cannot issue a direction contrary to statutory provision, which we will just now examine. Lord. Having heard the learned counsel for the state, it is to be noted that the respondents themselves, while issuing an extra patent dated 12/10/12/5/22, during the midway, cancelled the process of physical proficiency test, and for the remaining candidates, a new schedule was fixed commencing from 6/6/2022. The action of the respondents is yet to be tested on the principle of changing the rules of the game. The present case, though, does not pertain to change of eligibility criteria, but the same pertains to the change in the selection procedure. Ke Manjushri wali ko, you can't change the rules of the game after it has commenced to a court kiya, with which the division bench has not agreed. Now, Lord, we can just turn over to page number 3. Jo court kiya portion, just after that we'll read, Lord. Yes, Lord? The argument of the state that for induction in police, the candidate has to be physically tough goes contrary to an extra P10 dated 12/5/2022. The police headquarters itself issued a letter on 12/5/2022 to the Professional Examination Board, and while taking into consideration the extreme hot weather, the physical proficiency test was stopped and was again rescheduled to be commenced from 6/6/22. In the considered opinion of this court, the order dated 30/5/22 does not cause any prejudice to the respondents, as it has already been clarified in order that no right shall accrue in favor of the petitioner. In view of the above, as an extra patent dated 12/5/22 is yet to be examined in the light of the above analysis, this court is not inclined to modify the order. Lord, I can just pause here, Lord, and I invite your Lordship's kind attention to page number 32 of my writ petition. They are all our children, my Lord. We have to treat them as human beings.
32.
Page number 32 देखिए.
Yes.
This is the tweet. Gathering. Then it is further seen that there is only a postponement of the dates for the remaining candidates to appear in physical proficiency test, looking to the weather conditions, and there is no other change in any other conditions like eligibility criteria, physical proficiency test, etc. Merely postponement of a date does not amount to changing the rules of the game. The learned writ court has wrongly applied the judgment passed by the Supreme Court with respect to rules of the game. The aforesaid judgment are virtually not applicable to the facts and circumstances of the case. A specific question was made to the counsel appearing for the petitioner that whether in the absence, this is very important, that whether in the absence of any prayer under the heading of interim relief, such relief which has been granted by the writ court can be extended to him, and whether the relief which has been granted by the writ court on 30/5/22 amounts to final relief in the matter. This is very important, that no prayer for interim relief has been made. This question was put to me by the court, and I answered it also, saying that in the main application I had not made any prayer, but I had made a separate application for interim relief, which was presented on 27/5/2022. That is IA number 7326/2022. So this I had pointed out to the division bench, but the order was written later on, so probably it might have gone out of the mind of the division bench. So, it is argued by counsel for respondent that although no such relief was prayed in the writ petition under the heading of interim relief, but the oral prayer, no, I did not say this. I pointed out the IA. I can point out the IA just now. That IA is very much there on record. And this is not one case that I'm arguing. I'm arguing a bunch of cases. In one case, if prayer is not made, it can't be made.